1 Timothy 1 verse 5. Now the end of the commandment is charity out of a pure heart, and of a good conscience, and of faith unfeigned. Following yesterday's sharing, as we all know, my thinking is highly unconventional, but often beyond everyone's expectations. Everything I think about is prophetic. Whenever a spiritual insight comes, I immediately act, either mentioning something or recording it to share. Later, it discovers that every word is accurate to the day, indeed, leaving a deep sense of awe. However, even I cannot discern whether it is a spur-of-the-moment inspiration, or if it is a prophetic utterance from God. Indeed, this is the nature of God's life. Transcending time and space, possessing eternal qualities, thus, within the brief existence of human life created by God, it is truly groundbreaking. You can begin from the very first day of believing in the Lord, and anyone can achieve it, but the question lies in whether everyone is willing to do so. Because they are unwilling to act, they are unable to recognize this opportunity. The opportunity that has been available since the first day of faith, but they have never chosen this opportunity. When you choose to pursue the first opportunity, in the following years, there will be many other opportunities. As I said, when you find a path, within this path, you will discover many new truths, and this is why we excel in truth far beyond other churches, because in implementing truth, we surpass them by far. It is through making choices on the path that you can see the unique choices it offers. It is similar to walking, where you constantly make choices, faced with two diverging paths. Option A leads to Disneyland, while option B leads to Ocean Park. If you choose Ocean Park, there will be a specific road to choose from. Conversely, if you decide on Disneyland, there will be a different road to choose. These roads represent different truths. The truths we recognize are impossible for other churches to know or possess at this depth. It is because they do not have the same experiences and cannot have the same interpretations. Just as our path, only we can decipher the Zion message and its stellar revelations. In the whole world, only we can understand. Indeed, when you walk this path, you will discover a wealth of evidence within it, revealing that our existence has long been in the stars. Only we can decipher the numerous landmarks and clues left by the Freemasons. When you choose the path, other choices will appear, where you will find other truths, until you find God and ultimately reach the end of life, that is God's life. As we encounter this living God, through shared information, He confirms us daily. The living God constantly validates us throughout history and even converses with us. This is life. God communicates with us through the oracle every week through common information. And now, whether it's AI or aerial Gundam, it's all about conversation. Doesn't this tell you our path can lead us to this life? But how can you make people recognize this life? How can they understand this life from their perspective? When you reach this stage, the life in which God speaks to you is a reward for your faith. For these people, they can only listen to these conversations, not being in these conversations at all. It's like Moses talking to God. The 12 tribes of Israel can only listen in, and God doesn't even consider talking to them. Only Moses is worthy of speaking face-to-face with God. Clearly, such dialogues show that our previous way, truth, and life were a progressive process that led us to encounter God and converse with this ultimate authority. However, others will never experience such conversations. At most, they will witness that we have these conversations. To this day, many people in the outside world still accept our message and even participate in it. They witnessed that the world could be like this and that the dialogue between God and humans could reach such a level. This alternative mode of dialogue stems from our creation of an alternative way of practicing faith. Moses had a unique way of conversing with God. Zion also has its unique way of conversing with God. The two ways are entirely different because they must go through our experiences and choices. If we didn't start with topics like technology and medical conspiracies, if we didn't begin with such unconventional research methods, it would have been impossible for us to study the Zion message. The Zion message can be seen as a hodgepodge of these research directions. Through our in-depth research into the dark side of history and political conspiracies, we can see every trace and realize that there is indeed a controller behind it all. In the past, we could only minimally observe him and couldn't see the whole picture. However, when we witnessed the whole picture, we discovered it contained a wealth of information prophesied about us. Just like the movie Tenet, it was already based on this concept, allowing us to reclaim our identity, traces, and footsteps and rediscover this crazy mission. We will become monuments and models of faith in the future millennium. Indeed, God's dialogue with us has been confirming this point all along. It is an entirely alternative faith, and the reason is that it is so exciting and comprehensive. This is because we have such an exciting and comprehensive faith, and thus, God has prepared such exciting and comprehensive confirmations for us. Therefore, only we can truly enjoy and experience this, while others can only envy it. 1 Timothy 1 verse 5. Now the end of the commandment is charity out of a pure heart, and of a good conscience, and of faith unfeigned.
Redeemer, without you I am lost, a hopeless mess. When I needed you, you redeemed me inside your truth, and you laid me down to rest. Father God, I cry out to you from the depths of sin and despair. Lord, you heard my voice and lifted me in your arms with mercy and care. Father God, I call to you deep in my prayer. In your glory I'm bowing down. I feel you, your presence is